So, how good do you think these 2 days off will be for these guys?
Well, we got some people banged up. You know, Marcus needs every day he can, but hopefully his ankle's getting better, and Nick took a big hit, on the shoulder and the head, so he won't be practicing for a few days. And then our trip was, people heard about, we were supposed to leave around 3 and we didn't leave till, I think 12:26 won the pool. So, but, and then when when you're shorthanded, the more rest you can give these guys, I think the better. But hopefully we'll have some good practice time. I don't know when Nick will be able to go, but hopefully we'll all be healed up.
Ever since you came back, you've sort of shied away from the win 'em all talk, but some of your players have openly discussed that with us. Now that there is one in the loss column, what's the key to helping them regroup and regain their focus for the next game?
I told them after the game, we got to have our next practice and make it a best practice. I never got caught up in that, but I think I'm like everybody on our staff. I was proud of the kids and what they've done, and we want to make this a great year for the seniors, and that's always been, my focus. So we got 3 days to practice to prepare against, for a really good team. There's things that we didn't do quite as well as we needed to do in the last few games, and hopefully we can correct that. But we're still the only team in the country with one loss. So I'm just proud of our guys and want us to continue to get better.
We've seen the way this team's bounced back in games. I would assume you'd expect it to be the same way, bouncing back from a loss and fighting through.
I just think we got an incredible group of kids that, whatever has been thrown at them, they've always had a way to be resilient enough to handle it. We lost to a really good team that played a great schedule, that had an incredible shooting night. And I think we all recognize that, but we know there's areas we need to get better. Sometimes, you win games and you don't realize there's slippage. I think we've had a lot of slippage, and this is a time to just correct it. But I've never questioned their effort or their heart, and we'll continue to try to build on the type of season we've already had.
As you mentioned, Temple shot very well the other day, including from the three-point line. How much of that was something correctable that you see in the perimeter defense, and how much of it was just one of those nights where everything was going to go in and you just tip your hat?
I think it was a combination of both. There was some areas that we didn't guard like we're capable of guarding, not only on the perimeter, but on the post, and dribble drive. But they shot it great. Some of the shots they made, you just shake your head. It's just one of those nights. It was a lot like Shake's night in Tulsa. You just got to give him credit. But again, there's some things we know we can do better. We saw it on film. In spite of that, we were down 7 with the ball, and then we had 2 straight turnovers, late. And, you can't do that at home, but you definitely can't do it on the road when you're fighting to get back in the game. So, but we'll try to work on the next 3 days and be creative in practice, figure out how we can do it with limited numbers.
What does it say about the state of the program, having fans storm?
Yeah, that blew me away. I never in my wildest dream thought that, that would be a thing that would happen to us. especially so soon. You know, when you're at Kansas or North Carolina or UCLA, like I was lucky enough to be, every time you play, it's a huge game. So those things sometimes you expect, but I never could imagine it would happen here. I got tickled when we stormed the court when we beat Connecticut at our place. You know, that was a tremendous night, but I hope we never have to do that for a home win. But I'm hopeful now with people we have and the way the program's going that might happen somewhere down the road. It won't be something I'll be excited about, but you know, with that being said, that you're going to get everybody's best shot now, so our kids got to learn that. They got to understand that, and that should hopefully make us better every time we step on the floor.
What have you seen from Memphis so far that you've seen on film?
They're athletic, they're deep, you know, they're real talented. Shaq's great. The young Lawson kid, they work together really well. You know, they had Nichols, you know, and Shaq, which was a handful, but for a freshman, Lawson's really, really highly skilled, unselfish kid. So they shot, last game, they shot the 3-ball unbelievably well. I think they made 12 or 13. So we're just going to have to do a good job in transition. We're going to have to do a much better job of guarding the post. We're going to have to do a better job of keeping people in front. But, you know, I generally say that every game.
You have time for one or two more.
Clearly, Shake said that clearly everybody was a little disappointed after the loss, but once a couple of the leaders stepped up and kind of got the group back together, you know, emotions changed. How important was that to kind of, you know, for everybody to kind of get over that pretty quickly?
I think it was really important. You know, I tried to. One, you don't want to say you didn't play well, because it takes away from what Temple did, and that wasn't an issue. And you don't want to look at the kids and understand how disappointed they were, because everybody's been talking about, you know, going undefeated. And I can't remember the last team to go undefeated. I remember when I was a young kid, North Carolina went 32-0. They had to win 2 triple overtime games in the semifinals and finals, and everything had to fall in place, and they were unbelievably deep and talented. We realized it would have been an unbelievable accomplishment, but I was hopeful they'd get over it. But I also wanted them to understand that there were things that we didn't do that we needed to do that was out of character. We didn't move the ball, we didn't share the ball like we have been. And those things will hurt you when you play against a great team.